tried to look good was Jeff Saturday. He wanted to be 2-0 as a brand new head coach. A lot of commentary surrounding that hire. So I wonder what his competitor on the other side is going to have to say after the game. But first, let's watch the highlights. The Colts-Eagles. This is Jalen Hurts. Escapes a rush, scrambles right, slips a tackle, picks up 23 yards. He takes it down all the way to the Colts 22. 2 plays later, this is when Jalen Hurts connects with Quez Watkins for a 22-yard touchdown. Finds him right at the goal stripe. Hops in a couple steps and across the line. Eagles trailing now 13-10. Take a breather, Jalen. You got this. Still fourth quarter now. Matt Ryan is sacked. He gets chased and taken down by Hassan Reddick. That's a loss of 14 yards. Come here. Ooh, get your hand out of the face mask. Come on. Seriously? Flag still in the pocket. Here we go. Ensuing Eagles possession. Jalen Hurts airs a pass out to Miles Sanders. He takes a beat, plants a foot, throws it. Zaire Franklin is called for pass interference. Now the flags come out. 39-yard play call. Later in the drive, Jalen Hurts up the middle for 3 yards. That's good for an Eagles first down push. Reset the downs. Jeff Saturday frustrated. Can't believe that flag didn't get called on Matt Ryan. Eagles take a 17-16 lead on a quarterback draw. That's a 7-yard touchdown run for Hurts. Sirianni fired up. This one got emotional for him. Matt Ryan, you have an opportunity here. He gets flushed out of the pocket, rolls right, has a 5-yard pass completion attempt to Deion Jackson, but they turn over on down. Eagles win this one 17-16. Eagles' last win when they were trailing by 10+ points was in 2007 against the Giants. Sirianni was addressing the crowd. He was addressing one of his mentors, Frank Reich, that was let go from Indianapolis a few weeks ago. Here's head coach Nick Sirianni after the game with some emotions behind it.
I love Frank Reich. I really do, and he's one of the best damn football coaches I've ever been around. So, yeah, I was hoping that him and I would be able to coach against each other in this game. But he's one of my biggest mentors. I got my dad, I got Larry Karras, and I got Frank Reich. And Frank's such a good football coach. And yeah, you don't want to know what I think of if he should be here or not, but because you guys can probably imagine what I really think.
Thanks.
A lot of people had things to say about Frank Reich leaving Indianapolis or being asked to leave, and then there are some, like Nick Sirianni, who left it unsaid. What'd you make of that one?
One of the things I'm really learning about Nick Sirianni and loving about him, frankly, is how territorial he is and how much he defends his own guys. There was the game against the Cowboys. He's yelling at the guys in the field because of the scrum, and he gave a passionate answer after the game when I asked him about that. He's like, these are our guys. This is just like I defended my brother when people were saying things. This is how I defend it. And he felt that way about Frank Reich. And he went on to say, quote, "It was sweet to come here, especially with what happened in this organization the last couple of weeks, and get a win." This organization, meaning the Indianapolis Colts. This has been a thing in the coaching fraternity. How can you just let Jeff Saturday just walk in and be a head coach here, knowing all the time that all these assistant coaches have put in over the years and deserve that chance? I would go so far as to say one of the things that Nick Sirianni left unsaid here, I'm going to take a little artistic license, but I'm pretty sure I understand what was being said in that post-game press conference, which is, which team at the end of the game was committing bad penalties, was taking bad sacks, did not have the poise needed late in the game? And which team may have had it if you didn't fire my guy Frank Reich? Would have been you. I'm pretty sure that was the subtext into what I was hearing from Nick Sirianni postgame.
Yeah, I mean, what I enjoyed most about it was true emotions. Like, a lot of times I think when you see coaches addressing the media, players as well, like, we just give the politically correct answer. And Nick Sirianni was just like, that's my guy, I'm defending him. And they got the win. And for this Eagles football team, it wasn't pretty yesterday. But the mark of a good team, especially when you're in the position that the Eagles are, you're getting every single team's best shot. No matter what their record is, no matter where they are, they know when they have the Eagles on their schedule right now, we have to play our best. And the Colts gave them their best shot, but the Eagles found a way. In the fourth quarter, Jalen Hurts making plays. We saw the scramble to throw to Quez Watkins, and he finishes off with a touchdown run. And the fourth quarter was the only time the Eagles scored a touchdown in this game. They scored 2 touchdowns late in the fourth quarter to give them the win. And it's not only Jalen Hurts making the plays in the fourth quarter, but but it's the defense as well. You have to come up. When Jalen Hurts scores his touchdown to put you in front, you have to be able to finish the game off. And Brandon Graham comes up with a sack. I know we saw in the highlights Matt Ryan dumping it down on 4th down. It was 4th and forever. They weren't going to get the first down, and it was this sack that kind of put the game away. So for this Eagles team to get to where they want to get, you have to find a way to win games like they did yesterday, where you don't play your best brand of football. The other team gives you their best shot, but you still find a way to come out on top.
It's not only that it's okay that it was ugly. I actually like that it was ugly. I almost prefer that it was ugly. You look at the score, you're like, oh, they almost lost to the Colts, but they didn't. We already know this team can blow teams out. They blew out Washington. They blew out Minnesota. I like seeing this gear from them, especially coming after their first loss. To like, listen, we're 9-1. It's not all going to be a bunch of Rembrandts. This one's going to have to be a little gross and have to be at the end of the game. That's fine. They're still a 9-1 team. They seemingly sign a new star player every 10 minutes. I saw Sue and Linval Joseph make plays yesterday, combined for a sack that was like this Howie Roseman erotica, like right in front of us. They're the most complete team in the NFC. They're the best team in the NFC. I can't see it going anywhere else other than the playoffs going through Philadelphia. So this game will not be remembered when they're hosting their home playoff game that they won 17-16 against Indianapolis, but it's the games like this that comprise a season. It's not all these glamorous blowouts. I love that they could win ugly. They had to show that.
It was gritty. It was very Philadelphia. It's great. Maybe think of the Bills a couple weeks ago. Like, it's all right. You had a wrong game, and then like you got to get it right somehow. I want to circle back to Ndamukong Suh and Linval Joseph, though, because they get signed. It was kind of a surprise, and then the two of them came out and said we were considering other teams, and then there's no pitch count on them. Just slap your pads on in your jersey and get out there and like play on our line. That's fantastic. 7 tackles combined. They had a half sack each. Brandon Graham, after the game, who knows a thing or two about what it's going to take for this team to win a Super Bowl, he goes, these guys were starters. They were stars on other teams, and they came here to be role players, to be impact defensive role players. They wanted to come here. Linval Joseph said he had dreams about having that sack, that sack in that game. Wow. Yeah, he's like the new psychic defensive lineman for the Eagles. The pickups were huge, but I think when you make an addition like that on a team this good that has this much Super Bowl potential, the chemistry has to be right. And a guy like Brandon Graham standing up there after a game and saying, we welcome those guys and we're so happy that they're here, I think speaks volumes. NFL Plus is here. Hell yeah, let's in. They have a big win heading into Thanksgiving. Could they be getting another huge score after Thanksgiving? I know where this is going.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Odell Beckham Jr. is a free agent. We haven't mentioned that a lot. It's been kind of an under-the-radar storyline over the last couple months, but he is a free agent. He is rounding into shape. He is recovering from that ACL tear and getting to a point very shortly where he'd be able to take and pass a physical from a team, which means he would be ready to sign soon. The timetable given to me was late November or early December. We are almost there, and my understanding, this is something I reported with colleague Tom Pelissero over the weekend, is that Odell Beckham Jr. plans to visit at least 2 teams after Thanksgiving, the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. And, of course, the Giants would be an incredible, improbable reunion of one of their former draft picks who, of course, they eventually traded. And if it's the Dallas Cowboys, it would be the culmination of a very public love affair between the Cowboys and Beckham. He, of course, was tweeting about them yesterday. Players tweeting back, come on then, come on then. We'll see where this goes, but at least 2 visits planned for after Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, the Arizona Cardinals play the 49ers in Mexico today. It just does not seem like they're going to have the services of their starting quarterback, Kyler Murray, still dealing with that hamstring injury, was not able to practice fully this week, didn't even practice on Wednesday. So it seems like Colt McCoy is poised to take his second start. And, you know, usually that'd be bad news. It's a backup quarterback. McCoy played really well last week. The guys responded to him. Seems set for another start. And he is expected to have DeAndre Hopkins, their star receiver, also dealing with a hamstring injury, which maybe was a little cause for concern earlier in the week. Much more optimism late in the week. Seems like he should be good to go.
Circling back to that Odell Beckham Jr. commentary, there's been a lot of like putting the comments on Instagram, and then like people have been sliding into his DMs, and like we're waiting for the ultimate you follow a team, the team follows you back kind of commitment. We'll see if it comes this week. Thank you very much, Rap Sheet.
I love that.
This is such a great time of year. It's food, it's family, it's football. I'm here for all of it. Huge week here on Good Morning Football. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones is going to join the show on Wednesday ahead of their matchup against the Giants on Thanksgiving. And then we will be here Thursday morning to wake up with you, get you ready for Turkey Day and a beautiful slate of games. That's all this week on Good Morning Football. Hang with us.